In this video, I'm going to show you how to make your drop points for Freeroam, how to put a little picture in there. And with that said, let's get into the game and I'll make a new one. Alright, get into your editor. Of course, everyone should know it's F11. And find a place that you want to spawn for your free roam on your level. Just find somewhere that you like, like say I want to spawn on this little bridge here. Now I'm going to come up here to create object, and in this one that says level, you'll see when you click level here you have player spawn sphere. You see it says it says spawn sphere 2. You can double click, but no, wait a minute. I didn't set it. Okay, pick it. Let me pick it again. Alright, left click where I want it and then hit escape. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't click it here, or I guess you can click it there. You don't double click it, you just click it. Sorry, I stayed up too late. I had to get up too early. Mine's not, the coffee ain't working. So this is what you name it. I'm gonna call it, I'm just gonna call it the bridge. Bridge. That's what it'll be, the bridge. Now, if you can see, it's got these this little green box that you can select that. And you can rotate it with hitting 2 on your keypad to position the direction that you want it to spawn. Now I don't know which way is which. I always end up having to flip it around anyway, like it'll be facing the wrong way. But let's try that way. So we named it the bridge. We'll save the level. And in your level, you will have in the mission group, player drop points, and this is where they are at. You see, I just made this new one here. It popped up, the bridge, and let me show you once again how to navigate to there. It's in your main levels folder, like mine's called, this level's Project 3, but maybe yours is called Hairy Cheese. I don't know, whatever it's called. Just you click on it, you go to main, mission group, player drop points, items, level data, and these are your spawn points. I already had some others in here, but this one's the bridge. You see that name, the bridge. Now in the other place that you're going, I'm just showing you where you don't have to do anything in there. I'm just showing you that's where it's at, that if you want to pull them up. Now as far as picking it, when you go into your level, which mine's Project 3, but you go to the Info.json, and in there, I don't know what you're gonna have, but I'll copy and paste this in the description of the video, so all you have to do is just replace, you know, like spawn spear 1 with actually I'm gonna change this one, river road. I'm gonna change it to the bridge. Object name, I'm gonna name it the same thing. I don't know if it has to be, but I'll do it anyway. Now I want a little pretty picture to represent that, so I'm gonna go back into the game. I'm gonna hit get out of my editor. I'm gonna go back to that spot I was just at, and I'm gonna take a screenshot so I know this is where I'll be starting. So I'll hit print screen. Then in my photo editing program, I'm going to just hit Control V. Alright, now the size is important also, so it's image, scale image, and whatever you're working with, whatever your image is, just whatever the biggest number is, just change it to 400 and make sure that it's automatically adjusting the other one. So that's the size it has to be for that little preview window. And I'm going to export it as, I'm going to export it in the folder of the Project 3, the main folder where the info file is located. And I'm going to call it the bridge, and I'll make sure it's exporting as a JPEG. The bridge, capital, the bridge, export, quality. Like I said, it don't make much difference. It's such a small picture. Now it's exported. Now this preview, this is where you name it what you exported it, the bridge. You save the level, or I'm sorry, save the file. And if you ain't already, save the level and then exit the game, reload the game, and you should have a new spawn point with a pretty little picture of a bridge or whatever you took a picture of. Which I don't have a preview yet for my main window. You know, all it's showing now when you hover over it is just the 2 screenshots that I've already taken for spawn points. So here we have it, the bridge, and we should spawn right there on it. Yep. Okay, now I can tell you, because I see how it did it. Do you see how this box is where this icon is closer to the back of the box? I mean, there's more in the front. That tells you which direction that it's you're going to be, I'm assuming. Now if I hit 4 on my keyboard, it can change the local coordinates to world coordinates. But if I put it on local coordinates, you'll see that the green arrow is facing the opposite direction that you want the car to face. So that's something to keep in mind, so when you appear, what direction you'll be facing. Now I'll do one more, just to make sure you got it. And I don't know where I'm gonna make him appear at. Now a lot of this isn't finished. This is something I made with the last video, just a little circle, but this will be fine. We'll just make a drop point here. We'll go to create, level, spawn sphere. Okay. And I'll left click one time. Man, where did it go? Oh, I didn't set it, actually set it. Same thing I did a minute ago. Click on it, set it by left clicking and hit escape. Now you should be able to just left click on it and name it. I'm just going to call this I'm going to call it circle start, or no, small loop. And you call it whatever you want to call it. Alright, now this is what I was saying just a second ago. When you go to rotate it, you gotta click on it first. Sometimes you gotta click off of it and click on it to get the things to show up. But you see where the green arrow is pointing back, that's pointing the opposite direction you want to be spawning. So we'll rotate it around so you can kind of see. It's hard to see, I know. But if you hit 1 to move it around, you'll see that the longer end of it is the direction your car is going to be. So now I'll just take a screenshot of this. Print screen, then my little program, or you can in Photoshop too, I think you can just hit Control V after you print screen and change the image size, scale image, top number 400. And if you're using widescreen, then you know you just as long as the biggest number in your image size is 400, you're good. I mean, if it has to put little black bars at the top and the bottom to get that whole widescreen image in there, then you know it'll still work. Just make sure no size of the image is greater than 400 and you should be okay. Export it as, damn, I done forgot what I called that. Small loop. I don't know if you can put spaces in there or not. I don't, because I'm not sure if you can. I always just put a little underscore to separate the names. Small loop. And then in that info file, yeah, see, I made changes, so with these already being open, it's asking me to confirm to reopen them since changes were made. Now I'm gonna try to just make a copy of one of these. I don't know how to write this crap like out of my head. I haven't got to that yet, so I'm just gonna make a copy of one of these. Control C and then hit enter here Control V, and I'll make this one small loop. Object name small loop. And the preview picture is not snake JPG, it's small loop. Which this is pretty much invalid. I don't have that picture for that spawn spot. I do have that spawn spot, but I don't got a picture for it. I actually made a video a minute ago and redid it, so that was what that was. So let's save this. Let's save our level. Alright, let's close it and reload it. Yes, yes, yes. I use Notepad++ to do all my stuff. I think that's the one they recommend you use. But this seems to be the best one for editing things like for this game. There it is, small loop. And I should be facing the right way. I shouldn't be. Yeah, see? Perfect. Alright, the next thing, if you look at this file, you also have, this is where you see your previews for your level. Now these, I'm thinking, I'm not sure if they got to be the same size or not. But you know how to take screenshots. I showed you how to change the size of the files. But this is really the area where you want like you may want an overview of like the track, like kind of like a good picture to represent like this level, say. I kind of like a pick like, now this ain't finished yet, but just we'll go with this picture for one of the preview pics, and close that. I'm not sure about the size of these, what they got to be exactly, so I'm gonna just make them the same. I think they got to be the same, 400 maximum image size. I'm gonna export it, and I'll just call it Project3 Preview 1, and it's going in my main folder of the level. Man, that's gonna be a crappy little picture. And then I think I'll take another one under here. I like that, so I'll take one there. I'll change the size of it. Export as, and this one will be Project3 Preview 2. These will be the little pictures that when you're hovering over the level, it'll cycle between, I believe, or in the repository, someone's going to download your level and they're kind of browsing it. I think these are the pictures. I can't remember, does it show you little previews in there or not, to be honest? I couldn't tell you, but I'm thinking it did. I mean, this ain't finished down here either, but that's a hell of a damn turn right there. It works though. I tested it last night. Let me come up here and see what I got. Just trying to find a good little screenshot. I'm just gonna do 3 previews. I'm not doing any more. So that'll be Project Preview 3. Alright, close the level. Now here's where you'll put this in. I'm going to take that out. That doesn't exist. Take this one out. So those should show those 3 pictures. You also, this is where you put your info for your stuff. Which I don't know how to fix that. I guess you would change this in the same way you make these that we made. You would just make one for this one, but I don't know where you do the preview picture for that one. But I ain't gonna worry about it. Let me just save this. Let's load the level back, and we should have some preview pictures now instead of a white box. There it is. Alright, and you'll see up here it'll cycle through the pictures that we took for Project 3. Remember, I took 3 of them. And then when you click on the thing, you got, oh, I guess it just uses the first picture for the default. So just remember, when you make your first picture, wherever your default, now you're not going to spawn in the sky, it's just wherever in the game that default spawn spear is. I can't say that 10 times really fast. And this is the one that I made prior. So you saw me make these 2. This one I made the same way I made these 2. I just made it right closer to that waterfall. And this one, actually, I don't know where this one's at. Let me load it. See. Oh, that's the default? What is it called? It's called the bridge. So apparently whichever one is under default is the whichever. Well, no, that ain't right either. Let's just look at it and see. I can't figure it out. I'll tell you. I ain't gonna tell you I know, because I don't. The default spawn name. Probably the editor is probably saying something about it in here. I don't see nothing. Default. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's called the bridge, but I don't know why the game decides that'll be the default spawn point. I mean, that doesn't even say the bridge. So, I don't know. Or you look at that other file, the one I said you didn't have to fool with. See what it's got in it. The main mission group, player drop points, and in here. The bridge. I was just looking to see if they say something in here about this being the default. And I don't see nothing in there. So I don't know. I ain't worrying about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. But that should get you going anyway. You should be able to plop them around wherever you want to go, and just be mindful which one is making the default is all I'm saying. If you want, what probably you could do, since you know it's making this one the default, you could just name it default, and then make your picture that you make in here, make it correspond to that picture, to that location. That'd be the best advice I think I could give you, since I don't know how to make it change where it's going to make the default. Just go ahead and rename that to default. And of course you can move it to where you want your default to be. You know, you don't have to be there. I mean, you can move these things anywhere you want to move them, and that's where it'll put you. Which actually, for me, the default will actually be somewhere, before the race. I think mine's actually going to be somewhere over here, possibly. And of course it won't be the bridge. I'll just name it and you don't have to name it default. You can just name it race start, but when people pick default, this will be where they put them. So that's how I would do that. Yeah, just save it. I'm not going to worry about taking a picture. Let's just close it and reload it. No. And when I'll pick default this time, see if we pop up right there, which we should, and I don't see no reason why it wouldn't. Default. It should put me up there. Well, I don't know. I guess I don't know anything. It didn't put me there. Maybe it's because